Listen, man. Take my glasses off because it's getting real. It's getting real. Access is not what forgiveness is for. I'm sorry. I don't care who doesn't want to hear it. Hi, my loves. Your girl is back. I'm back. And I promised I would be. You know, I said I was going to work on being Miss Consistency, right? Okay. Y'all know I just had a birthday, so that's why I missed Monday and then kind of fell out of whack. However, I am doing better because I'm still getting 2 videos in this week. So, hey, we're getting somewhere, right? Today is going to be the first half of 30 things that I learned before 30. So I'm going to give a couple of lessons that I learned. Some of them I'll give a story time with, some of them I won't, but I'm going to be splitting it into 2 parts. And I appreciate you for coming back and giving me a chance. So please go ahead and like this video, or at least don't forget to like this video, and let's get into it. 3 things. I'm gonna tell you guys about my birthday in a minute, but I wanted to show you my little vision board that I made on this app that I usually do my calendars on. And it is so cute. Like, how unique and cute is that, right? And it kind of correlates with everything that I talked about in the last video, my little wish list, if you want to call it. So yeah, and I wrote out all my little things that I'll be going over today. I'm gonna discuss half of this list. My birthday, amazing. I was very happy. It was a very peaceful day. Me and my man, we went wine tasting and we went to dinner, and it was relaxing. And then we went home and watched Love Island and chilled out. So I had a very calm 30th birthday, and I'm beyond grateful. I am so grateful that I have another chance at life to pursue different things, try to live better, take another foot forward in everything that I'm doing, and just really strengthen my spiritual connection, strengthen the connections I have with the people in my life, build a connection with the people that are watching this video, for example. So I just feel very blessed. And I know in my last video was a little bit on the somber side, but pushing forward, I do feel a lot of joy. So I got a lot of birthday wishes from my new YouTube community on one of my shorts. So I'm so grateful. Thank you for all the love. We're just going to keep pushing. So the first lesson is emotions are temporary. And what I mean by that is whatever you're feeling right now, you're not going to feel forever. You're probably not even going to feel it by the end of the day or going into the next day. Emotions are temporary. Learn how to laugh at yourself, and that is as self-explanatory as it gets. Learn how to laugh at yourself. Try not to take life so serious. And I am a very serious person, so that's a lot coming from me, okay? Not everyone is meant to be in your life permanently, which is very true. I feel like people come into your life at different stages, and certain people are meant for certain lessons. You got your coworkers, your school friends, your neighbors, and some of these people don't stick around, and it's not anything to take personally. It's just some friendships are in the moment, and it took me to have to tell myself that, because I'm a person that basically takes everything personally. Used to. But yeah, so don't let that hurt your feelings. Maybe someone came into your life as a phase for them, or even as a learning phase for yourself. So just try to keep that in mind. Forgiveness is hard, but necessary. You have to learn how to forgive. You have to. Like, I can't stress that enough. Forgiveness is basically your key to your own mental freedom. Whatever you're not willing to forgive or let go of, you will be in some type of mental bondage to it, and it's not worth it. It's not worth your soul. It's not worth your life. It's not worth your sanity. Let it go. Let me take my glasses off because it's getting real. It's getting real. Let that anger go. Just let it go. You'll feel better. I promise. At some point, it may not feel ASAP, but you will feel better. Starting over is nothing to be ashamed of. Now, this one, it took a lot for me to like learn and understand, because I moved out of my parents' house at 20 and I thought I was doing it all big. And then I had other opportunities arise where I ended up having to go back home. I ended up moving to a different city, moved back in with my mom. And then I found my ex. We moved in together, had a kid, got married, the whole dream, right? The marriage did not last. I became a single parent and didn't really have any direction anymore because it was a lot. It was hard to process, especially with it being my first child. So I ended up going back home. Got back on my feet, moved to a different town for completely different reasons, had to come back. So it's like, no matter how old you get, it's okay to start over and to not feel ashamed, because one thing I can't take away from that is every time I did start over, even though it was times where I had to come back, every time I did start over, I progressed further and further. Everybody's walk in life is totally different. Some people get it on the first try or two and some don't, but as long as you don't give up and don't let that beat you down, you will be okay, and you shouldn't feel bad for that. And don't let the outside influences tell you that you shouldn't feel bad for it either. It'll be okay. Learn what give yourself grace means and apply it to your life. Give yourself grace. The same way you have to forgive everybody else, you have to forgive yourself. You cannot be hard on yourself, because it's going to be hard for you to prosper and push forward and get into certain areas of life without feeling resentment towards yourself. It is a real thing. Give yourself grace the same way you give grace to everybody around you. You have to. Don't drive yourself crazy over what you cannot control. That is a hard one for me. I'm not going to say I'm a control freak, but I do have a habit of wanting to steer my own boat. I can't go with the flow sometime. And that's something that I'm currently learning how to overcome, especially with the type of relationship I'm in now. I really strongly trust my partner. So he's working with me on not having that controlling mentality as bad as I used to. You either can adapt to the situation and try to work with it to the best of your abilities, or let it go. I mean, that's as nice as I can put it. Gratitude is key in all relationships, and that's friendships, families, relationships directly with, your partner. If you don't have gratitude for the people that's around you as much as you have gratitude for the things around you, you'll never truly value those relationships. You have to be thankful for the little moments, for the little things that they may do or say. You have to be grateful for the people that are in your lives, especially if it's something that serves you good. They uplift you, they take care of you, they're kind to you, they keep it real with you. Even if they speak in a way that's not easily digestible for you, at least they're willing to break down their walls and give you the most honest version of themselves. So it's kind of like you have to find things to show gratitude for, especially with the people in your life. Your biggest supporter has to be you first. You cannot put yourself out there in anything you do and demand or expect support. And that especially goes for the social media world, because I used to be like so sensitive to, oh, they didn't like this, or, oh, this is my friend, but they're not liking or engaging or whatever it may have you. No, like, you have to support you first. You got to be able to see your own vision first. Give the grace to others that you would expect the grace for yourself. You give the support to others that you need to start giving to yourself. What's done in the dark always comes to light. Listen, man. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm a perfect person, because I'm not. But I have not done a lot of BS in my life. However, the things that I have done, it either came out against my will, or I had it in me to be a real person and just come out and be honest myself. On the flip side of that, everything, for the most part, that has ever been done behind my back, I always found out. Always. Even if I don't find out immediately, I will find out at some point. Or if I don't find out at all, typically those people are removed out of my life anyway. So, I mean, if they didn't play that big of a significant role in my life, it didn't really apply or matter. But the people that I took relatively seriously, if it was any like disloyalty, unfaithfulness, or just bitterness towards me that I wasn't aware of at that present moment, I always found out. I try to keep that in mind. I feel like anybody should be that way in their own life. Don't sit here and think that you're invincible to things coming back on you, because you're not. They're either going to find out or you're going to have to answer to it in another way. So just be real. That's as simple as I can put it. Prayer without faith won't work in your favor. Now, that goes to people that are more spiritual. This is something that resonates with me because I've always claimed to be a believer of God and of Christ, but I never acted on it. I was always like, yeah, I believe in God, because I always believed in him, but I still did what I wanted to do. But then I would go and cry and pray when things got overly bad. And so now that I'm in a different space in life, prayer is a daily habit of mine. So I had to learn that I have to stop being so doubtful and like just paranoid and scared and worried. Like, I can't sit here and pray and not truly believe. So that's what I mean behind that lesson. Forgiveness does not equal access. Forgiveness does not equal access. You can forgive somebody. You can move on with your life. You don't have to maintain and uphold and prioritize a relationship that does not serve you in any kind of way. It's no substance to it. There's no rhyme or meaning for it. It doesn't align with anything in your life or your goals. It's just a person that is still around because you feel obligated. You've been around them for a long time. You've been friends for half your lifetime. You know their families. You're locked in. That no, you can forgive anybody for anything, but that does not mean that you have to uphold and maintain a relationship with them, because what's going to happen is you're going to leave doors open for them to continuously repeat behaviors, especially if it's a behavior that you basically had to dig down and forgive them for. Access is not what forgiveness is for. I'm sorry. I don't care who doesn't want to hear it. It's the hard truth. You keep allowing people access, you're going to keep putting yourself in positions to have to force yourself to forgive them. And it's going to get to a point where that forgiveness is out of resentment and it's not genuine. And then that's when all the bad follows behind. Forgive and let go. Forgive and love from a distance. I promise you it is possible. And if you don't believe me, try it for yourself. You're never too old to learn. I feel like that's the obvious one. I mean, that goes with the jobs. I decided to go back to school. I know I've mentioned that before. So obviously I'm in a space where I'm learning new things regardless. But aside from those lessons, I'm also learning things about myself personally. And I am very willing and open to change certain things that are not as favorable. And I feel like that can go to anything, especially when it comes to personal growth. You should never be too old to want to grow as a person. If you have an opportunity to learn something, even if it's about you, take that and grow. Longer consequences come with proving a point. It's a lot of stories that I can say that's in relevance to that. If you want to hear a deep dive story, I can, and I can make a totally separate video to that if anybody's interested. I'm not gonna put my business out if nobody's asking for it, just saying. But if you ask for it, I'm more than open. I feel like that can come in many different forms. If you're in a relationship and you have like your friends and your family telling you it's not worth it, etc., but you know it's not worth it, but you don't want people telling you about yourself. You're proving a point, but you're secretly getting hurt worse behind the scenes and longer. So it's not worth it. Proving those type of points can really hurt you in the long run, and you have to be careful. And the last one I will discuss today is 9 times out of 10, you know the answers. You just need confirmation. Now that goes with asking for advice, sometimes that can go for prayer, but I'm not going to knock that too much when it comes to prayer, because we should all ask for discernment and guidance and grace from God. However, that's like saying I have a friend that calls and she says he's deleting texts out of his phone. I overheard him calling somebody on the way out and it didn't sound like a friend, but I don't know if he's cheating on me. But you have a gut feeling he's cheating on you, but you're asking me what you should do. I'm a person that likes to think rationally now. So my first response would be talk to him, have a conversation. But it's like, or let's say it's a different type of friend that's like, F that, go his phone, da 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 da. You know, the point being is you're coming to a specific person. You know that person, you trust that person's judgment, so you already know how they're going to react. You don't want to just go and handle that on your own because you don't want to feel like what you're doing isn't valid. So you go to somebody else for validation, but 9 times out of 10, you already know that and you could have just did it on your own and stood on it. That's not something that I particularly practice. And I'll be transparent, I kind of think it's annoying. So if you want to take this tidbit of experience with a grain of salt, I respect it because everybody's different. However, I have not been the type of person to push for validation. I rarely ever ask for advice. And now I'm to the point where any advice that I do ask for, I take it to God directly before I talk to anybody else. And then I'll call like my dad, because my dad is not a biased person, or I'll talk to my mom depending on like the severity of it. Or I'll go to my man, of course, because he's really wise. He knows how to take his emotions out of things when I'm talking to him. Or like my best friend, for example, I know I could go to her about anything. She always has my back. But if it's something that bad, she'll definitely let me know, like, hey, you might want to think about that. You got to be able to like know right from wrong at the end of the day. And you shouldn't need somebody else to tell you that all the time. But again, that's just me. If you disagree with that, I won't take offense to it. This is my personal experience list. So again, everybody's different, but that was 15. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop there for this first video. I hope that anybody that sat and listened through this first half was able to take something from that. And if so, I feel like I did my job right. I will post part 2 shortly after this. So if you want to hear the next 15 of the 30 things I learned before 30, check that out. Please don't forget to like my video, pretty please. Subscribe to join my little community that I'm trying to build here. I mean, if you want to leave a nice comment, that would be amazing. If there's anything that you learned before a certain age, even if you're not 30, it don't matter what age you are. If there's a lesson that you learned personally that you want to share, I would love to hear that. Go ahead and let me know. Put it in the comments. Actually, I kind of want to turn that into a segment on here later down the line when I grow a little more, reading different people's stories, because that's something I've always loved doing, period. Like storytelling and reading off different people's experiences. So we can make that a thing too. I might even make a video kind of in connection with this video where if anybody is comfortable sharing their experiences, I would be glad to read them, put them all together and make a separate post so we could all talk together. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Thank you for spending a little bit of your time with me today. I appreciate any type of interaction that I get with what I'm trying to do now. I truly appreciate anybody that's coming along with this journey. And I will see you guys very soon. Have a lovely night.